Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today we're going to do a nice lower body flexibility yoga practice. So find just a little bit of space to move. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. So we'll begin today in child's pose. So you can come onto your knees, bringing them out nice and wide. And your big toes can come to touch, and then just start to sit back on your heels right from the start. And then you can bring your hands to your mat. So trying to keep those glutes really close to those heels. It can definitely lift, that's completely fine. But just think about keeping them down. So maybe even pushing a little bit into the hands just to keep those hips down, finding some length through your spine at the same time. And then you can start to relax. And whatever happens with those hips, happens with those hips. So just taking a few moments here to kind of just close your eyes, slow things down. Start to relax through your shoulders, the back of your neck. Just noticing how your legs are feeling today, your hips, your quads, your knees, even the ankles, the toes. And just take a few more breaths here. Just check in with your jaw. And are you clenching your teeth together at all? Or is it nice and soft? Maybe you can press your nose into the mat gently. And I want you to stay here for just another 3 full breaths. So actually count some nice big inhales and big exhales. Take 2 more full breaths. And one last nice big inhale and exhale. And then slowly inhale and start to lift your forehead, your chest. You can walk your hands towards you. We're just going to cross our ankles and bring our legs out in front. So we're going to move into our quad. You've got a few options for this one. So let's keep the right leg out. Option 1 is to roll onto that right hip and grab that left foot and hug your heel towards your glute. Option 1, you could even lay down. You could stay up on your forearm or lay down. Option 2 is going to be to bring the shin down to the floor and actually sit. So you might get a nice stretch for the top of that ankle instead of the quad. That's okay. It's a good stretch too. Be cautious. Be nice to your knee. So any discomfort through the knee, just come back, roll onto your side. And if you are comfy here and you're like, I could lay all the way down onto my back or even onto your forearms, you can start to come down here. You might also be getting into that hip flexor instead of the quad. There's a lot of different places that you can feel this one, and you're just going to feel it wherever you're tighter today. So it doesn't matter. Just go as far as you need to go to feel something. And be nice to your knee at the same time. And then let's just take a few breaths here. If you want a little extra, it's nice to square the hips here. You can bring that right foot to the floor, just kind of square those hips a little. And you can even stay there. Just a few breaths. Nice job, you guys. Just relax into it. If you are laying on your side and you have to use your hand to hold your heel towards your glute. You got to work just a little bit. So keep that heel coming towards your glute. Get that nice stretch. And just when you maybe start to get comfy, we're going to start to move again. So you can let that foot go if you're hanging on to it. If you're laying down like me, just start to lift yourself up. We're going to send that left leg out. If you need a little shake, rock it out, and we're going to switch sides. So either rolling onto that left hip, hugging that heel towards your glutes, or having a seat, bringing that shin down, the top of that foot down, and you can stay here. Take it to the forearms, or take it all the way down. Listening to your body today, a lot of options. And then just notice, where do you actually feel this? Do you feel the quad, or is it the hip flexor? Is it the ankle, the foot? Just notice. And then just breathe. And maybe the stretch will kind of move to more than one spot as you start to relax. Nice work, you guys. So wherever you're at, let's slowly start to come back up or out gracefully. Bringing your legs, both of them, just out in front. A little rock, a little shake side to side, a little massage maybe. And then we're just going to cross our ankles. Come onto your hands and knees. And we'll bring our right foot forwards. Our right foot forwards like we're coming into a lunge, but then I want you to heel toe your foot over to the right side of your mat for lizard. So let your toes turn out to the side, your knee kind of fall out to the side, and your hands can come to the mat under your shoulders. Or you could take your forearms down or rest your forearms on something to come halfway down. Just a few breaths here in our lizard. Softening those hips, letting them come in the direction of your mat. Nice job, you guys. Just a little longer in our lizard. If you do want to go for that quad stretch while we're here, I'm going to stay on my forearms, but you can be up on your hands for this. You could also just do a twist, resting your right hand on your knee and opening the chest. But if you want to reach for your foot, start to grab onto that foot. And if you can't get the foot, don't worry. Just stick to your lizard. Nice job, you guys. If you're twisting or if you've got your foot, slowly start to let that go. Let's climb back up onto our hands if you're on your forearms. And gently heel toe your front foot back to the middle of your mat. Putting some weight into your hands and sliding your knee and your foot back so you're on your hands and knees in tabletop. A little rock side to side. If you want child's pose for a moment, take child's pose. Just notice how those hips are feeling so far. Awesome, guys. All right, let's switch sides. So that left foot's going to come forwards for that lunge. Heel toe your foot out to the edge. Turn your toes out a little. Let the knee try to fall out to the side a little. And sinking those hips down towards your mat. I like to rock it side to side just a little bit to sink those hips a little lower. Some people don't like that. You can find your forearms, go as far as you need to feel the love. Nice work, you guys. So option again to stay here, or if you want to add the twist, you can start to bring that left hand to your knee, stay here, or try to grab that foot. Nice deep quad stretch if you can get that foot. Awesome work, you guys. And those of you twisting or in that quad stretch, let's gently start to let that go. Lifting yourself back up, heel toe your foot back to the middle of your mat. And as gracefully as you can, let's slide that foot back onto our hands and knees. Or you could sit on your heels, child's pose, whatever you need. So notice how those hips feel. Maybe close your eyes for just a breath or two. Awesome job, you guys. Okay. So we're going to have a seat. If you aren't already, come onto your glutes, your sit bones. And we're going to bring one leg out to the side. And the other leg is going to stay just in front of us, bent in. So half a wide straddle. So bring that leg out nice and wide. You might want to turn onto your mat just to kind of know how wide that leg is going out to the side. And then if you want to tip forwards a little bit here, we're trying to find an inner thigh stretch. I like to flex my foot, point the toes straight up to the forehead, up to the ceiling. And you can even kind of rock side to side a little bit. And we're trying to find that inner leg. And then once you're feeling good there, we're going to move. So we're just going to switch sides. You can bend the straight leg in and send the other leg out. Toes pointing straight up if you can. Maybe tipping forwards a little bit here, or rocking it out a bit to find that nice sweet stretch in that inner leg, maybe even in the hamstring, wherever. Nice job, you guys. And then one last wide straddle, both legs out this time. Both legs out nice and wide. And if you weren't feeling the love in the inner thighs on that half straddle, hopefully you find it now. Add a forward fold if you'd like. Toes, if you can, point them straight up. Flex those feet a little bit. Awesome job, you guys. Using an inhale, start to lift back up. Let's bring our legs back together. Giving yourself a nice little hug, a little rock side to side. And then we're just going to finish off with Lotus. So you can either sit cross-legged. Cross-legged is a little bit of a hip stretch for you, or a lot of a hip stretch for you. Stay here. If you want to come into half lotus, just take one foot and rest it on top of your thigh or quad, as close to that hip crease as you can get it. So half lotus. If you have full lotus, you're going to bring your other foot on top of your legs and your feet are resting on top of your thighs. Take an inhale. Close your eyes. Sit tall. Awesome job, guys. And then we're just going to switch. So if you're just sitting cross-legged, switch your legs and And see how that feels. Sometimes it feels weird to cross your legs the other way. I think some of us have one way we always cross our legs. If you want half lotus, take your other foot, rest it on top of your quad, stay here, or full lotus. Bring your other leg on top. So this can be a nice stretch for those ankles, those hips, the lower body. And then once again, close your eyes, sit tall, take a breath. Awesome work, you guys. Feel free to stay in your lotus or wherever you're at with your legs, but bring your hands together in front of your hearts. I hope that you enjoyed the practice today and that you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, namaste.